All right, guys, wanted to talk about this real quick. Can all religions be true? And is it bigoted to say that all religions can't be true, that some religions are wrong? So, back in the day, I don't see it as much anymore, but the coexist movement was really big. And it's a bumper sticker, and it basically had the different symbols, like had the Islamic symbol, Christian symbol, Jewish symbol, Hindu symbols, etc. Basically, and it said coexist. And there's two ways you could take this. The first way, which a way that I think everybody would agree, you should be able to coexist if you have a Hindu neighbor or a Muslim neighbor or a Mormon neighbor, right? As far as, yeah, we are going to respect each other. As a Christian, I'm commanded to love you. I'm commanded to treat you well, etc. So we coexist in that way. But there was a deeper meaning. The second meaning of coexist was basically that all paths lead to God. The Muslim, the Hindu, the Buddhist, the Christian, we're all just on our paths. And if you say, for example, as me as a Christian who says Islam is wrong, that makes me a bigot. That makes me arrogant. That makes me judgmental, etc. Right? I guess what I want to show is this is a logical issue. This is a logical problem. So in logic, you have what's known as the law of excluded middle. Either A is A or not A. And you have the law of non-contradiction. And then you also have the law of identity. But what I want to say is, logically, all roads cannot be true. And that is not being a bigot to say that. To say Christianity and Islam cannot both be true. I know in our culture today, it's like, it's the most loving thing you could do is just to affirm that Islam and Christianity are both true. But they can't be. Remember when I was working on the campus and, a new ministry came in. It was a new Muslim ministry. And I remember talking to the lady, and I wanted to do a panel discussion, where we could talk about the differences. She did not want to talk about the differences. She just kept saying, well, why is that important? Why can't we talk about the things that we all agree on? Well, it's because it's the things that divide us are what's important. So, Christians believe that Jesus Christ is the eternal Son of God, the second person of the Trinity. Muslims say Jesus Christ is a prophet. He's highly revered. He is to be respected. He is to be loved. He's not as high as Muhammad, but he's a very high prophet in Islam. Okay, I want to be very respectful towards Islam. But they are saying Jesus is not God. Okay, so Christianity says Jesus is Son of God. Islam says Jesus is not God. This is my point. Both can't be true. Logically, they can't both be true. They could both be wrong. Maybe, naturalism's true, or Judaism's true, or something like that. But they can't both be true. Now, obviously, I believe Christianity's true. I mean, look, I got my whole arm tattooed up here. Of course, I believe Christianity's true. But what I'm saying is they can't both be true. Either Jesus is the Son of God or he is not the Son of God. Let's look at atheism or naturalism. Naturalism / atheism says God does not exist, right? Theism says God exists. Can both be true? Can God exist and not exist at the same time? No, he cannot. Same with Judaism. And I love Jews. Love Judaism. It's where my religion came from, right? I support the Jews. 100%. 100% have my support. But can Judaism and Christianity both be true? No, they cannot. Judaism denies that Jesus is the Christ. Christianity affirms Jesus is the Messiah. They can't both be true. Pantheism says God is in the world and the world is God, and God permeates the world and the world is part of God. Theism says God is above and beyond his creation. He's not part of it. He can interact with it, but he's transcendent. Both can't be true. He can't be, made of the universe and transcendent and not made of the universe at the same time. So there's a lot of examples that I can give like this, right? Jehovah's Witnesses say Jesus Christ is not the eternal Son of God, that he is Michael the Archangel. Christianity says Jesus is the eternal Son of God. They can't both be true. They cannot both be true. So my point is it's a logical issue. It's not about being a bigot. It's not about being arrogant. What we're saying is they just cannot both logically both be true. One has to be false. And so don't let people guilt you or make you feel bad or try and politically correct you into saying, yeah, all religions are the same. No, they're not. They're not. Now, I believe Christianity is true because I think there are good reasons to believe Christianity is true. There's good reasons to believe and good arguments to believe that God created the universe, from the cosmological arguments to the teleological arguments to the moral argument to the reliability of the New Testament to the arguments for the historical resurrection of Jesus, right? Good reasons to believe that the Bible, again, is the Word of God. So all I'm saying is, even if you don't subscribe to Christianity, just know all religions can't be true. And all religions cannot lead to God because they're logically contradictory. On this channel, folks, on my TikTok, I am a Christian, but I promote logic, reason, and thinking. And that's what we need. We need to love the Lord with all of our heart, with all of our soul, with all of our mind. Check out the podcast on Spotify. And you can also go to our YouTube channel, a lot of debates and a lot of interviews with leading Christian thinkers. The channel is called Bellator Spiritus. Bellator Spiritus, Latin for the warrior spirit. You find our podcasts on Spotify. If you go to my YouTube channel, you find a ton of talks and debates, etc., that we've done there. I've got a debate coming up March 23rd with a Roman Catholic on the issue of sola scriptura. So, anyway, guys, God bless.